All right. We are back.
Matthew McConaughey.
For a little bit. Thank you for coming back. This is season 3, kind of I Try to Be Straight podcast.
It's like 2.8.
Yeah. We'll explain what all that means in a second. But it's good to be back. It's good to imagine seeing all your beautiful faces as you look in there and look at our faces.
Or if they're listening.
Or listening. Imagining your beautiful listening face.
That's so cute.
Yes.
I'm really sad to be doing this.
She's sad to be doing this because what are we doing? Should we let the news out? Rip the Band-Aid?
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Basically, I will be stepping away from the podcast for this next season. That's like the crux of it. ... Nate.
Yeah. ... Susie. Yeah, it sucks. I'll just say that. Not in a way of like, this was not that kind of thing where she's ending it for those reasons. There's a variety of reasons, but none of them have to do with our friendship or whatever. It's not having to do with us. And so I really respect her reasons, and I want her to do what feels best for the season of life. So I'm absolutely supportive of it. Yeah. But am also very sad because I don't want to do this by myself.
Well, you have an exciting adventure too, but yeah, it's gonna be really different the next couple months. I think it's been really different for a lot of people the last few months. But yeah, I mean, just everything Nate said, like, this isn't a divorce. Our friendship is still very much intact.
Mom and Dad still love each other.
We just
live different lives now, and we live in different houses. Yeah. But the love is still just as strong.
For those of you wondering why, I'm going to keep some details to myself just out of respect for me and my story. And but really what it comes down to is there's just has been a lot of anxiety and sadness happening in my world. And I think that I realized that, when it was that I realized that I just thought that I needed to step away. Nate and I will every so often hang out with people if they're coming through Sacramento. We talk to them, we listen to their stories. A lot of people are coming out and they need a listening ear, and we sometimes will do that. And it was when I was having a conversation with this gal, and I just realized that I was going through a really hard time, and usually when I talk to people and listen to their stories, I find a connection in hearing their humanity, and I find that I'm not as alone as I thought I was, and that's been really healing for me. However, when it came to this particular conversation, I just realized my empathy levels are running so low, and I just had very little bandwidth to listen and to carry and to care about what that person was going through. And that was kind of I think the first realization for me that maybe I needed to step away and take care of myself. And Nate and I have just really cared about this project so much, and with every conversation we've stepped into it with open minds and open ears, and just trying to understand the other person that we're talking to and provide stories and content for our listeners to really pull from. And I just realized I am not able to walk into these conversations anymore with that same clear-headedness and clear-mindedness, and not for any reason that I don't care, but more for the reasons that I haven't been caring well for myself lately. And I've isolated, and Nate and I have kind of gone through a little isolation period of friendship bump. We've overcome it, of course, but I mean, when you start to pull away from your closest, dearest friend is kind of when, I don't know, maybe you should take a look in the mirror a little bit and realize that they just care about you. And I know we've talked about it, but I'm sorry for pushing you out on a lot of that stuff. And just been going through it. Yeah, this is gonna be probably the best thing for me. Yeah.
And no, I think we just had a month of communication was a little off, but obviously we've all still hung out and loved each other, and then we figured it out, and it was good to know like how can I support someone else when they're, because I'm not super aware of how to support someone else when they're dealing with things. Like it's not something I'm naturally super intuitive with. And so I think it was a good experience for me to be like, oh, this is what I could have done better. How to listen when someone's not really, you know what I mean? So I, again, am like happy that I was able to figure out, this is something that,
and you're such a good friend. Like all you wanted to do was like care and like listen. And so,
No, and I think this podcast, like we haven't made any money from it. We've spent more than we've made, which is fine. This is a personal project. It's kind of a passion project for both of us. I think for me and as you as well, I think there's something in this, pouring into this kind of feels like getting back some of what we lost in our queer journeys of, I don't know, that's a big part for me. And so it brought life, but if you don't have extra to give right now, and we're both working full time, so this is a lot. So when you're working full time and you're feeling a lot of things, it's like adding a thing where you're giving a lot of emotional energy is pretty exhausting. And I think at the end of season 2, we both were feeling like, okay, we kind of pushing into a new chapter. There's a lot we closed out and a lot we finished in that journey of, do we feel okay with ourselves being queer? And I don't feel like we're battling with that as much.
I agree. I feel like we both came into it with the intention of having people not feel as lonely where they are, especially like when you get to like middle America, like that's crazy. But I think we both set out to accomplish, and we did accomplish what we set out to do, which was share the stories of people who are gay, queer, Christian, coming out of religious environments. So
and I guess just before we talk about what's happening next, I just want to like thank you for your bravery and your what you guys don't know about Susie is she's not someone who is wanting a microphone, and I guess we've probably said that before, but I've come from the family that were natural entertainers. So for me, a microphone and starting something like this didn't feel that out of my wheelhouse. Being at Jesus Culture at Bethel, I'm like, I know how this all works. But Susie just wanted to chill. And she did this genuinely because like I think she pushed herself out of her comfort zone this whole season. I think it was probably more stretching for her than for me, and she rose to it so strongly and had so much heart. I think there's so much heart that she brought to this that everyone that interacted with us could feel. I think every guest could feel how much heart you brought and how real you are and how kind you are. I don't think kindness can be faked, and you have a lot of it, genuine caring and heart. And I think what has been accomplished wouldn't have been possible without you in the slightest. So I just want to thank you and honor how much you've put into this. And
thank you. I think this podcast in so many ways pushed me to have a voice, and you in so many ways pushed me to have a voice. And I'm just like really grateful. And also like candidly, there is part of me that is so sad and frustrated and disappointed at myself for like, I know this isn't like me losing my voice, like me stepping away isn't losing my voice. That's not what it is. It's a step towards the right direction and being able to take care of myself well and have peace of mind. But it is hard to have it not feel like a loss, because this has given me so much, and our friendship and our partnership in this has given me so much. And last year was like, it felt like the year of the podcast for us.
Yeah. We had some high highs. It was
we really
awesome.
did. We met some really cool people, and it took us to some really cool places. New York, like, it just really expanded our world so much. And it's hard because this year feels like such a stark comparison in so many ways, where my world does feel a little bit smaller, and not having this, as much as I'm absolutely terrified usually to hold this mic, it has given me so much empowerment in my life. And now it feels like, not that it's like another thing lost, but it does feel like, like, you know what I mean? I'm not struggling to find the words for it, but
no, I know exactly what you mean. It was a way of you speaking out, and now it's like something that you don't feel like it's a good time for you to do that. And I get all of that fully. Like, that feels like a loss. I like, first off, validate all those feelings, because it is just really sad.
Yeah. But
also, I just don't feel like this is the end of your voice. Like, I do feel like there's more in your future where you will be speaking. You've got it in you, obviously, to make an impact and share and be a light for people. You're just a natural light for people, the people that are around you. You are, and you, like, forcing yourself to do it when you don't have it. No, we all got to take time when we need to work, like, focus on ourselves when there's stuff going on. Yeah. And this is so healthy to do, to get that space. But I don't see this at the end as the end of you making an impact, whether it's on a video or in life. Like, you're such a light and a joy to your friends, and like, you're like a, God, I can't escape the biblical terminology, but it's like a strong tower, you know, like right. You can't run away from the church metaphors. Oh my God.
That means a lot, Nate.
No, you're like a lighthouse to people. That's not going to change at all. You are safety, you are peace, you are a good friend, you are a safe friend. And whether you're doing that on the internet or in your life, that's not changing. Yeah. And who knows? I mean, obviously, the trajectory of this project, we don't know. Like, she could be bouncing back in, absolutely. So whether here, but also, I don't know. I think hopefully there will be, your voice will always be heard, but who knows? Maybe it'll be heard in this context again. Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. People will be impacted by you regardless.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that really does mean a lot. Yeah,
you're a fantastic friend.
I'm like, you know, when you like keep crying about something and then you're like, I can't not cry about this again. Yeah. But yeah, I think also, just to go off the like thinking train, thank you to Ethan, our producer. Yeah, he's sitting over there,
the video guy, plus producer.
And thank you to, I don't know, like, all our friends and family who supported us through this project. That's crazy.
Brenda, Will, Lauren, Morgan,
everyone.
Anna, Gina, Brian.
Big thank you to Henry for letting us use his couch. Henry the dog.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
That we're forgetting.
Propagate. I don't know, just a lot of, so many people.
I don't know what he did, but we like him. Yeah. And everybody that's on this show, thank you. Yeah. We learned so much from our guests, and we got really lucky. We made ourselves important enough for all these people to talk to us. Also, these people are just wonderful and talk to people all sorts of places. Like, I've seen some of these speakers that we've had on do all sorts of podcasts. They're very humble. So I shouldn't say it like that, but I'm just honored to have been graced by so many people that are very wonderful and intelligent and brought so many things that we don't know about. Yeah.
And now they feel like friends.
I feel like friends. So cool. Yeah, we're very lucky. We're very blessed to be in this position, and we don't. Yeah. Don't miss that.
Well, now that we have the sad part over with, should we talk about what's next?
Let's talk about what's next.
What's next?
So I will be continuing in a different kind of vibe. The funny thing is, me and Susie had both talked about the end of season 2, and I thought she was going to be coming into season 3 at this point. We were both talking about moving to New York potentially. And I was like, okay, that's kind of the life we need, because I do feel like in my queer journey, I've been a little comfy, and also on the podcast journey, I really think the in-person interviews are really fun, and on the other end, we also don't really feel like digging too much through, like, are we okay to be Christian and gay? Because I'm just not stressing about that anymore, and I don't think you really are either. Yeah. So before Susie was jumping out, we're both like, hey, what if we were in New York? We both want to live there, and we could also do live interviews and do more conversations about faith, but also conversations about what's it like to live queer, what's it like to find queerness later in your life, and how do you actually live in the fullness of that journey without, and really let go of all the baggage. You know, I want to live totally free, and it's hard to know what is internalized homophobia, what is you feeling like you're uncomfortable with something because of your religious views, and what is actually your natural desire for life, like lifestyle. So that's something I had in my heart already. But then when Susie jumped out of this, I'm like, crap. Okay, do I still want to do this? And then Susie jumped out of New York, and I'm like, crap. But I felt like I still wanted to. And it's scarier because I was really looking forward to having Susie there in New York. But I'm going solo to New York.
Are you all packed?
No. I've got only a few days left. I'll probably air this after I move to New York. I moved to New York May 1st. And this will probably air like May 10th. I don't know. I'm kind of scared, crapless, shitless. I don't want to cuss. Yeah, I'm scared but excited, and I'm going to miss you as well as so many of my good friends here. I do feel like there was life on it for me, and I kind of want to press into that.
Yeah.
I don't want to just stay in my bubble anymore.
And
you know?
Also just like the way that things lined up for you to go, like finding the house, finding the roommates, like just everything that aligned. I feel like it's like meant to be.
It feels kind of meant to be.
And all the friends that we've made out there, you're going to be connected to them.
I know a few people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like there's some doors open, and I honestly, this is a personal journey for me too. I would be doing this regardless of the podcast. I just want to I don't know how to describe it, but I just feel like I've stayed in my comfort zone in Sacramento, and I really want to explore a little bit more of what it's like to be gay. Totally. I feel like I don't want to be one of those gays who's like, oh, I'm coming out and now I just date men, and the rest of queer culture I kind of reject. Like, what is, why am I afraid of queer culture a little bit? Like I dabble. Yeah,
why are you?
Well, I think it's internalized homophobia. That's the thing about Christianity we don't talk about. It's such a culture. It's not just faith. It affects every aspect of your life. Like, should we kiss before the 10th date? Should we
10th date
ever? Yeah. No, just like the clothes you wear to the things you say. Christians talk different. I was so deep in Bethel culture, Jesus culture, like all of these movements that just secular culture felt so weird to me. And then queer culture is its own thing on some level. And so I just think I feel a little bit uncomfortable with it still. And I didn't think that was true, but I think the more time it's been, I just haven't had a lot of queer, especially guy friends that aren't, in our bubble. Like, we have a couple, but I really want to explore what it means to embrace queer culture. And I'm not talking about lifestyle. Like, I think your code of ethics, whatever, should be everyone's personal journey. Yeah. So I'm not saying I want to, go live crazy, but I also do want to celebrate the beautiful parts of queer culture that I might have been afraid of because they're so foreign to me.
Is there anything that you plan on okay, I'm trying to think of the right question here. Trying to formulate it. What do you think you're going to find in New York that you haven't found here?
A boyfriend. No, but yes.
Hit him up.
That. There is queer community in Sacramento for sure. I felt like I did kind of make do all my messy dating here, and also my messy dating, because I'm like,
you're gonna leave me here.
I feel like I was the weird Christian guy for a lot of people. Like, this guy is giving hot and cold, because I'd be like kind of in and out, and like I was just figuring out how to date. Yeah. So I don't feel like I was a super fun person to date, and also it's a small town, and I feel like everybody knows each other. Yeah. This is one story. We were at this club, and I met this guy on Tinder, and then I saw him at the club at the local Sacramento dance place, and we started chatting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Tinder, blah blah blah, and we kissed a little bit. Super cute guy. And then one of my friends made a joke like, hey, that guy, I think he dates a lot of people. He kind of dates around a lot. And so I was just like, oh my God. And I was a little tipsy at this point, so I was like, oh my God, what, maybe I'm not ready for this. And I still in my sheltered culture, that still triggered me. I was like, oh my God, he dates around a lot. And I'm like, oh my God, what does that mean? That shouldn't have been a big deal. I date around a lot. I do too. But I was just stressing. And so his friend came over randomly. He's like, oh, you're talking to my friend. And I'm like, yeah, he's really cool. I heard he gets around a lot. And this guy was like,
he was
what?
Pissed.
What do you mean?
So mad.
I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just, someone said, and I'm like,
no. And then can I tell my POV? Yeah. We're all standing around in a circle. So it's me and 6 other gay men. And all our friends start looking at me as if I was the one that said it. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I being blamed for this? The guy was mad. I would be mad if somebody said that about you.
No, it
too,
was,
yeah,
he was defending his friend.
Yeah.
Valid. And so I was like,
that guy everywhere.
And I apologized to him, and then I went out on a date with the other guy, and we went on a couple more dates, and he's cool. We're like still in like good. He texted me the next day, and he's like, "Hey, good hanging out with you last night. Do you ever want to go on a date? I might not have time for it because I'm so busy getting around." I'm like, oh, he told you. But we still went on a date, and it worked out. But then the friend does give me dirty looks in the city still, and I have to leave Sacramento just because this friend is still.
Oh my god.
He's everywhere. This guy is everywhere, and he's so tall. He's really hard to avoid.
And then what Nate decided to do is also make a mess for me in my date.
Wait. Oh no. Gay men are the drama.
That wasn't even.
That's the gayest thing about me is how much drama I seem to find myself in.
And I got all the heat for that for literally doing nothing.
And you did not. And we won't say who actually made the joke, but it's fine.
No.
Yeah. Don't troll if you don't want to get trolled. I troll and I get trolled. It's fine. So that is an example of me being a little like still in my head in old like Christian culture. And I'm not saying I have the right way or the wrong way. I just don't want any of my old judgments or self-judgments to be a part of my journey. So I just want to get out of my bubble, shake it up a little, and explore what it means to be queer fully.
Yeah, I think you'll also just find so many different perspectives of what it looks like to be queer in New York.
Yeah.
At least I've never lived there, hopefully one day, but it just seems like there are just so many people with so many different walks of life that I don't know, it'll be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Do you know what the podcast will look like? Are you still?
It's gonna be called I Tried to Be Gay. No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna be still called the same. Probably good. It'll look good.
Yeah, that's good.
What do you mean look like?
Like
the format, etc.
Yeah, like the format.
Oh.
Like what can people expect?
So I think I'm interviewing Brendan Robertson in person because I'm in New York. I'm planning on interviewing Justin and Cade in Colorado because I'll be there, and hopefully more in-person conversations talking about the beautiful side of queer life. What's it like to live queer? What's hope look like on the other side? How do you find passion and direction after so much of your life being in church?
Yeah.
What is living queer? And I think even me, I've found a lot of purpose in this, but I also want to just find the beauty of just living, you know?
Oh, I like that.
So I think that's going to be part of it for me. And just hearing, hopefully hope. I want this to be a season of hope. Because I think it's kind of what we need. I don't want to, we got a little dark. This is a Star Wars trilogy. I think I've said this before. First was like A New Hope. Great. Second was Empire Strikes Back. Because it's, you know, a little heavy here and there. And third, it's like, this is Return of the Jedi.
Whoa.
And I'm Luke Skywalker. Maybe.
Wow. I feel like I'm in the second movie still.
Yeah, you're Han Solo. You got frozen, but we're gonna. You're frozen you're in the freezer. But we're gonna get you out eventually.
Wait, I have a request for an episode.
Sexiness.
Okay,
Me shirtless.
like 3 months in.
Me shirtless.
No.
I've been working out, guys. Body
3 months in.
Reveal soon.
Dating stories.
Oh, me.
All of them.
Yeah,
Because
so
you have
I do
some
want
gnarly
feedback.
ones from Sacramento.
I am just a boy trying to be a man. I am naive and dumb sometimes, and I will not deny that.
Okay, how about I tried to be straight after dark?
I try to be straight after dark. Yes. No, I do think I want this to be a little bit of a journal of my life. I don't know who I'll journal to. I don't think I want to just talk by myself. So we'll figure that out. I kind of want to share, maybe it'll be on TikTok and Instagram a little bit more.
I like that, yeah.
Just share my New York journey because I think it'll be fun, and I just will want to diagram it anyways or document it anyways, and also just record the coffee shops and bars that I find.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I just want to eat and drink coffee.
Man.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
That is exciting. It's
a bittersweet ending. Yeah.
And the beginning, but ending to a lot of things.
Yeah.
As is life.
Cheers.
But we do want your feedback and maybe tell Susie you love her, and
Oh, that's sweet. You don't have to do that. But.
tell us what you want to see for this next season. What else?
Patreon is still up and running.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably jump into those every once in a while.
She'll still be on the Patreon chats here and there. So if you want to see her, it's your only way now. That's how's that for us.
Or you can follow me on social media. I think I need to just take it off private.
Oh, is it time?
What do you think?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, yeah, why not?
You have great photos. People should see them.
You have 2 months to follow me while I'm not private.
Non-private for 2 months.
Yeah.
You heard it now. Otherwise, gone. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No, just I do want to say thank you for. I think we get a lot of messages on the Instagram, and a lot of them are really just encouraging. And I will end it the same way I started it. If you are wondering if you can be gay, have faith, have a connection with a higher power, yes, you can. I think whatever we set out to do at the beginning, which was to basically give our younger selves the stories and the things that we needed when we were going through this. I know there are still so many people going through this and struggling in their worlds, and even in the weird time of the world that we are in now, for some reason I just feel like it's going to get harder. And just really thankful that this project is out there. And if you are wondering if you have a future, you do. And I'm kind of speaking to myself now, like, there's definitely a future. And I'm just really proud of you, and proud of you for taking the plunge to go to New York and do something scary alone. And I think it'll be really good. So yeah, reach out. I am slow to respond, but usually when I do, it's a voice message, because Nate knows I hate texting.
She does.
But yeah, just really thankful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, let's stop before I cry again.
Let's keep going. So no, love you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Okay, let's stop.
And that is the end of that chapter of I Try to Be Straight.
No.
It's about to get a lot more annoying.
It's about to get a lot.
The sensible one is gone. Tune in next time to see Nate riff
Nate
about
After Dark
for hours.
I love that.
And After Dark. Also, I have been working out a little. So tune in for that. Yeah, we're arm wrestling after this. Well, that's it.
Okay.
We can't possibly talk more. Bye.